Hey guys, in this video we're going to be checking out the NECA Toys Aliens Queen Facehugger with Beta Queen Facehugger. Queen Facehugger gets herself a comic book, Giant Facehugger Alien Terror Dome. This is issue number 11. And again, I really like these comics. They're older, of course, taken from the Dark Horse source material, but they're pretty cool though. You know, if you like the old vintage artwork, these comics are right up your alley. The only downside though is the fact that they are continued in other issues. It's a great sell, obviously, to get then the additional figures, but you certainly don't want to be starting maybe your read at issue number 11, although I guess it's relevant to the specific characters here. But yeah, you wouldn't necessarily know where to go to next until you, of course, pick up issue number 12. So we'll put that to the side. I don't actually end up holding on to these. I think I put them in a box and I just forget what I've done with them. Anywho's, let's have a look at the Queen Facehugger and Beta Queen Facehugger. Again, these are taken from the original Kenner toy line. Updated, and I think they look really cool. The smaller Facehugger of the two, the one that really doesn't have any posability, they're about the same style of Facehuggers, other than, again, one is just really, really small versus the much larger one that we're going to look at in a second. So, like, this one doesn't have any posability. What it does have, however, is some really fantastic paint. The reds are just vibrant, and you've got these dark, stark black areas, similar to what the Gorilla Alien was, just now in favor of red. What I do also like, too, is the translucency of the webbing in between the legs. It's this really, really cool, like I said, translucent plastic. I like that a lot. You can't really do too much with this one. This one is just, again, pre-posed. Does have the rubber legs and stuff. This one rubber leg just got bent in the packaging. I'll have to warm that back up. But it's a very creepy looking Facehugger. I mean, Facehuggers really as a whole are creepy to start off with. But there's something about this particular Facehugger. It's kind of reminds me also of the fanned out face of the Creeper, Jeepers Creepers. How it just goes. But it does look very, very cool. It's got a wireframe tail on the smaller one where you can bend it and stuff. In fact, that's the only posability that this one has, is just basically in his tail. So there is the smaller of the two Facehuggers. The main draw is obviously this one right here, a much larger representation of the Facehugger. Looks super, super cool. It is small though. So for example, the comic book store where I picked this up from, this Facehugger as well as the Gorilla Alien were actually the exact same price. You could argue the fact that there's less plastic being used. Of course, they do incorporate a second smaller Facehugger, but it's a smaller amount of plastic. Unfortunately, it's still the same price. It should have actually been a little bit less, I think. But this one has all the super cool details that I liked so much about the smaller one, just much, much bigger. Still has also the webbing in between where you can see that it's translucent. I really like that. Now, I initially thought this one didn't have any posability. I thought it just basically would be the large version of this one right here, where this was just all pre-molded. And actually, surely enough, it's these individual legs here are ball jointed, so you can move the legs around. They do sometimes pop off in the process. It doesn't give you a lot of wiggle room. I mean, you can kind of like, for example, this leg here, you can move it to the side, to the middle, and that's about it. And of course, up and down as well. I managed to get it. The key is bringing the legs further on the back. I managed to get these actually to stand. It's not always the most accomplished feat, but you can get him to stand and not tip over, as you see right there. It only goes for a certain amount of time. Sometimes it does want to fall back over just because the tail sticks out as far as it does. It does kind of pull the Facehugger back down. But you can actually get it to stand. A very scary looking Facehugger, though. This would be the stuff of nightmares. Again, all that lovely, beautiful goodness there of detailing. NECA, I love you so much. All the black there, just entrenched with the red. It almost kind of looks like it's got like a little demonic face there as well. It does also have the wireframe tail. This particular wireframe tail, though, you really see a lot more of that vibrant, lighter colored red that was here also present on the smaller one too. I don't know if I actually had this particular one when I was a kid. I know I had like the Gorilla Alien, or I think I had the Gorilla Alien, but this was one I wanted to pick up. I just never had a chance, or I just didn't find it in the comic book stores. I've seen it since on eBay. I'd be inclined, almost even after reviewing this guy, to go back and want to pick up the original Kenner one that this was based from. Just a super cool, super creepy looking figure. Price-wise, that's debatable. I mean, if this is the same price as a regular full-size figure, do you get the same amount of plastic? You maybe don't. So, I mean, depending on whether the comic book stores are selling these at the same price as the other ones, it may vary from store to store. But this is actually one of my favorites of the Kenner-themed Aliens figures from NECA. Let's also not forget the front smaller little tendril, not tendril, but little fang, smaller legs. They also are posable. I really quite like this one a lot. Coloring is good. You don't get as much plastic for your money, but the trade-off though is such a great looking, super cool, super detailed, super creepy figure. Today we were checking out the NECA. This was the NECA Aliens Queen Facehugger with Beta Queen Facehugger. Two figures, still a little bit more than I think what they should have gone for, but nonetheless, really, really happy to have picked them up. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe to this channel, what are you waiting for? Facehuggers to attach to your face? No, I wouldn't want to wish that on anybody. Click the subscribe button down below. You're good to go. There's also a NECA playlist, and also there's an Alien playlist as well. So you like that kind of stuff, you're good to go. You're good to go. Certainly stay tuned as well. More videos are heading your way. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Hey.